Hello and welcome to another free code session. My name is Jason Bach and I'm going to continue working on this new feature in inline mapping with more attributes. So I'm a little foggy this morning and I do have coffee. I have my wife's Wisconsin Badger cup and we were joking that I used to have a Marquette mug because that's where I went to school and it broke. And since it was my birthday yesterday, I said I should have asked for like a new mug. And she said, well, I would have got like a Bucky Badger, like ripping the feathers off of an eagle or something because golden eagle is Marquette. And I said, well, yeah, well, then I would have got the eagle to pluck out the badger's eye. And yeah, you had to be there. I actually ended up eating too much yesterday for celebrating my birthday, too much dinner and cake and stuff. And so I didn't sleep that well last night. So I'm a little, I don't know if you want to call it a cake hangover or something, but I mean, I don't have a headache. I just feel a little groggy. So I think the thing I need to do is have something where you don't do this here. And what I mean by that is I'm going to do that in the mapping information because what I want to do is get the diagnostics out of the nodes that I find because I might have duplicates, which is really the big thing. I'm looking at this. What do I end up having here? Oh, the maps. That's the only thing that comes out of this. For each mapping, oh yeah, this is gonna be more surgery than I thought it was gonna be. Excuse me, because I don't want to do a file for every source to destination. What the mapping information is going to come out with is a dictionary of type symbol for source, and then all the things it can be mapped to as a destination. Okay. And so we're not going to do like a for each loop here. We're just going to, this is definitely going to be some surgery. So it's going to take a while for me to crawl back out of this hole. And once I do, then we'll have exactly what we want. It's just going to take some time to get there. Okay. Why don't we do this? We're going to actually have a generate mappings. Okay. Where what we're going to get is a map receiver. Okay. So basically what we're going to do here eventually is call it and say, here's the receiver. We want to get a compilation as well. Okay. And we're going to, what are we going to do? Mapping information. Let me close some of these out so I don't have as much noise here. So this actually goes through and gets, what I would probably want to do is eventually, like, what is the target data structure I want to get to? I want to have like a dictionary, and it could be an immutable dictionary, that's not the point, of an type symbol source. This is not, correct. You don't put the name there, but that's just for me. And then I want some kind of like dictionary of a type symbol destination. And then what do I have here? A string of maps. Okay. I believe that's what I want to do because for each source, I want to find out what the destination is and then what are all the things that can map between that source and destination. Because I would have generated it here because I'm going to take this and do this for each one. Okay, so that makes sense in my head. Okay. I'm almost wondering. God, I just know this is probably gonna be like 4 or 5 episodes at this point. It's gonna take a while for me to undo this. Okay. But we will get there eventually. Okay. So does it really matter to do this? I don't want to lose like what I've done here. Well, we can call mappings and then we could eventually call mapping and then, yeah. Okay. So we did this and then we would just call get mappings and it would return a diagnostics, string name, and source text. But that's not necessarily true. It's not necessarily true because we can get an array of names and texts for all the mapping informations. And then down here, we would basically say, yeah, we're assuming that some of this stuff isn't going to work and some of it will, because we've just been, well, no, we haven't. We do this for everyone. We call generate mapping for each one that we find. And then we do this. We're still going to essentially do that, but now we need to say, get all the diagnostics, put them in there. Yeah, this is actually changing a lot more than I realized, which kind of sucks. I might have to think about this more. Because I need to go through all the attributes I found because I don't want to do duplicates. And I want to recognize when I found a duplicate. And I also want to capture, if I find a duplicate, where it's already been defined before, so I can tell the person, you already had it defined here. So, if I can even do that. And then I need to have, do I want the diagnostics to be associated with each source? Because the candidate type symbol, the way it was before, was the symbol that it was on, and because that's the source type, which is what we need, right? And then we have the mapping builder, which that's all gonna have to change, because we're trying to gather all these at one time. And if we find any that are errors, then we don't even build anything. And is that true? We have this thing for, and this is going to change. I'm going to put these as like factory methods so I don't see all this stuff here. Though in this case it helps because I can see like which ones are errors. Yeah, if you don't have any maps, that's an error. It's like, why would you even have the thing there in the first place? I don't know if we want to be that. Yeah, we can't do this here. We can't say, if I go through all the maps and I find anything that's an error, well, then we immediately stop, because that's not what we want to do. We want to say for a particular candidate node that's actually valid. I mean, that's actually one of ours. If that has any issues, then we would have diagnostics. So would we? So the first thing the first thing we're going to do is, God, I'm not able to think this morning. I'm not able to clearly think about what I want to do. I'm going to have a source, and I'm going to have a destination, and I'm going to have maps associated with that. Those are for the ones that we know we want. And then the diagnostics would just come out for the ones that you don't want to do. Okay, I think okay. So we're going to have We're still going to have diagnostics. Okay. And then we're also going to have a dictionary that has all these things, the source and the destinations. Does this have to be a no, it's not going to be a dictionary. It's going to be an array of tuples. If that's the right. Yeah, because you could have a dictionary with many. Though you're only going to have... Okay. Think this through, Jason. What are you getting at? You can have an array of that, but then that doesn't really... I'm sorry. I'm really struggling this morning trying to get my brain in motion. And maybe the right thing to do is to stop and really sit down and think about what it is that I need to actually do here. But I want to keep going. I want to keep trying. If I have, if I get a source, that's okay, because you can have many targets or destinations for a source. But you can only have a destination for a source show up once. So what I'm getting at is it's not a... Yeah, I think what I'm saying is you can only have a source and destination pair once. So maybe what I'm really saying is... And then what's the maps for those? And so if you find a source and destination pair that's already there, then you would say, nope. Nope, can't. I think this is actually correct. I think that's actually what I want. And you would say, yeah, that's already there. And then what I could do potentially is have the syntax node, the definition, and the maps there. And the reason I have that there is because then I could say this is already defined here. And so you don't need this anymore, if I wanted to. I'm thinking this is actually what I want. And then I can say for each key, I'll know the source, I'll know the destination, and I can just, because right now I do source type, destination type, and off I go. Correct. Because the end result is the source and the destination. Once we know what those are, we don't care really about where they came from. The source type, the destination type, I mean, yeah, it's not going to be off of information. It's going to be a list of these. Okay, I think that's what I actually want. So maybe I need mapping information too. And then once we have that correct, we can, or EX, because that's what you're supposed to, and then rename it back so that I don't lose any of the stuff. It's a little blah, but that should work actually. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. Non-novel film is going to, yeah. I don't know why that tripped either in my stuff. Okay. So we have mapping information EX. So down here, we're no longer going to have a destination type. We're no longer going to have a source type. What we're going to have is the maps is actually going to be something like this. Okay. So the maps is going to be a mutable dictionary of a source and a destination. Actually, this doesn't work. You can put these in here. These are all the mutable array of string maps. That's your maps. Okay. And then you just have your diagnostics. Okay. So what we're getting here is what we said we wanted to pass in here, which is a receiver and a compilation. What are the configuration values used for? Is that the builder? Yeah, we don't care about those when we're doing this. Okay, so this is actually going to be map receiver, receiver, compilation, compilation, and then we're going to validate all this. We have diagnostics, and then we're going to have maps, which is going to be an immutable. Well, it's going to be. Wait, whoa, no, not here. Oh my God. That was bad. That was bad. Map receiver. Count the number of times I'm going to do that wrong. Because it's probably going to be a lot. Okay, so now we're going to come down here. We're going to say this big puppy var maps is equal to. Oh my God, how am I going to specify that? Oh, wow. Yeah, that's fine. Immutable dict create builder of a I-type source. Yeah, it's just that simple. It's just that simple. Okay. So now we need to say for each. Well, now I want to have like a private static, I think, a private static validate map from a private static void validate map to and a private static void validate map. Okay, and so here I'm going to say validate map from. And what we want to pass in here are the receivers map from candidates and also a compilation. Okay. Which of course that doesn't map. What is this? It is a list of type declaration syntax. We have a list of type declaration syntax type declarations and a compilation. Okay. So what do we do with that? Well, now we got to go back up here and we kind of have to pull out what we're doing here. And actually, wait a minute. Let's do the map. Let's do the map to first, not the map from. And the reason why is because we already kind of have that path defined. Passing this around all over the place is going to suck. But necessary. Not necessarily the builder. It's going to be just an immutable dictionary of that. But what is that? That's maps. Could I, using maps is equal to How do you alias a using direct? I want to alias the type to something, and I'm being stupid. This shows you how often I do type aliasing. Yeah, using my list. Only namespace. Wait a minute, they're saying you can do it. Aliasing. Yeah, that's the... That... I was almost... Okay, come on. Yeah. Stream writer. Using maps. So couldn't... Wait a minute. According to their logic, you can use desktop is equal system.io.stream. Right? Okay. Yeah, and so then you have an SW. Yeah, so why can't I do that here? Immutable dictionary. What? Do you have to write the whole thing out to do this? Oh my God. Well, yeah. But then I can say here, maps. And it should know that that's, yeah, well, okay, that works. That is god-awful ugly. But then I don't have to keep doing that everywhere. And then I should be able to say down here, maps. Did I actually do anything useful in this episode? I really don't feel like I did it at all. Like not even close to doing anything. Oh, and then I need to pass in maps here. There, at least that passes. What's the problem? Oh, God. What is maps down here? It's a maps.builder. There we go. Okay. Shut up. Okay, I thought I was going to lose it. Okay. So I'm at the time of this episode. But I think what I'll do here real quick is I'll at least scope those out and then at least have these calls in here. Map from. And then this, nope, not that. The validate maps one is a yeah. There. And we also need to pass in, before I forget, a mutable array of diagnostics. Wait, that's a builder. Not entirely pleasant, but okay, and then we pass in diagnostics. Okay, there. Now at least we're going to get all these building up, and we'll do the tos first and then the froms and then the maps, and then we'll be able to find out, do you already have something in there? And this stuff in here, I think, is going to be, like we're going to have, I'm sorry, I'm actually getting on a roll here now. Static void validate pairs. So we're going to have an I-type symbol of a source, an I-type symbol of a destination. And I don't know if we're going to need the compilation at that point. Okay. But this will be called by all the validates. And it's essentially going to have sort of what you see in here. Okay. So I'm going to stop now because I'm at time. And as much as this episode was frustrating for me, I do think I'm, as I have read everywhere, but I think I'm actually going to start to make some progress. So maybe I'll do another episode later today. We'll see. So thank you all for watching. Leave comments and questions below. See you in the next episode.